Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma la sahla illa ma ja'altahu sahla wa anta taj'alul hazna idha shi'ta sahla. Rabbi zidni ilma. Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, my brothers, sisters, and elders. Welcome to Online Tajweed Class Lesson 7. In this lesson, inshallah, we're going to discuss further about long vowels. In last week's session, we discussed a little bit in detail what are the short vowels and how to pronounce them, and then we looked into long vowels. And this slide, as you can see on the screen, it was also included in the last week's session. So it's just a quick recap for you all, inshallah, that there are three long vowels in Arabic: Alif, Waaw, and Ya. And we looked at how we can join these letters. So on the right hand side of equal sign, if you can see the Ba with a Fatha, this will make the sound of Ba. And when we will join the letter Alif, which is the long vowel, with the letter Ba, then it will make the sound of Ba. So it is two stretch. It will elongate the letter, and it will be written as you can see on the left hand side of the equal sign. So as we know that we write Arabic from right to left and read right to left, so this is what we're going to follow, inshallah. Then we have the letter Waaw. So it will be pronounced after the long vowel being attached to it. It will be pronounced as Boo. Then we have the letter Ya, which will sound as B. So as you can see, there are no signs of long vowel, but it's an actual letter: Alif, Waaw, and Ya. So let's analyze from Alif to Ya how they will be written and how they will be pronounced. So we have the first letter, Alif. Now on top of this letter is not a Fatha, and it's not any other vowel except it's called Mad, M-A-D-D. Inshallah, we will discuss this in following lessons of Tajweed. So rest of the letters, as you can see, there's a letter Ba, Ta, Tha, Ja, all the way down to Ya. Now one thing I need to just point out to you, inshallah, that after Ha and Kha, there's a letter Dal on the first block, on the second row in the middle. So we have the letter Da, letter Dal, and then it's got Fatha and it's got Alif. Now why is it that the Alif is not joined with this letter Dal? The reason being is that this is one of the naughty letter which we discussed and studied last week. So there are 6 naughty letters: Alif, Dal, Dal, Ra, and Waaw, and Zay. So there are Dal, Dal, Ra, and Zay 4, and Alif 5, and Waaw 6. There are 6 letters which do not join with the letter which comes after them. Okay, and also I want to remind you at the second block, which is on the left hand side, and the right in the middle, the letter Lam Alif. Now Lam Alif is written like that as well, and we did looked into it last week when we talked about joining the letters, how we can join the letters together, how the shape changes, and so on. Okay, so these are with the Alif, the long vowels with Alif. Then we have long vowels with Waaw. So we have Oo, Boo, Tu, Thu, all the way down to you. So all these letters will have a stretch of two harakat, two movements with the sound of wow. Yeah. Now again, if you look at the first letter, there's an alif, and on top of alif there's a hamza, and we know hamza and alif are the same thing, and we can write as this. So the question is, why it's got a hamza on here specifically? The reason it's got hamza here is because it's got a movement which is done by the vowel dhamma on top. So the dhamma is forcing the alif to have the hamza on top. If there was no vowels on it, then there will be no hamza. Then again, similar thing with regards to the naughty letters, alif, dal, dhal, ra, zay, and wow. So they don't connect with the letter afterwards. If you look at the left block and second last letter, wow, you can see there's two vowels written separately and it's not joined. Yeah, and rest of all the letters are joined with wow. Then we have the letter ya. The letter ya makes a sound with the kasra of e, b, t, c, all the way down to ye. So there's two stretch of these letters from alif to ya. Again, as you can see, the naughty letters, they do not join with the letter which comes after it, which are alif, dal, dhal, ra, zay, and wow. The rest of all the letters, they are joining with the ya. Now inshallah, if you can practice this, you have alhamdulillah a lot of homework from last week as well to practice fatha, kasra, dhamma, all the way from alif to ya. Once with fatha, alif to ya, once with kasra, alif to ya, once with dhamma, alif to ya. So at one time there will be only one vowel on that letter. So one letter will have only one vowel. It will not have a fatha and a kasra at the same time, or kasra and dhamma at the same time. It will have only fatha, only kasra, or only dhamma at one point of the time. Okay, then we have long vowels, little bit in advanced stage. Now, another way of writing these long vowels are, as you can see at the bottom in the table. Now, if you see again from the most right hand side, we have the letter ba, and we have fatha on top. Ba, fatha, ba. Then we have a plus sign to represent that how and what is joining with ba. So it's alif in this case, which is going to join with ba. So we know after the equal sign, the letter ba, fatha, and alif, which are joined together. So it will make the sound of ba, which are two harakat. Harakat means the movements. Then the most left hand side of the Arabic letters, we can see there's a different sign. Now you not come across this sign in this lesson previously. So this sign is called, as it's on top, it will be a fatha, but it's fatha qa'ima. Qa'ima meaning something which is standing. Okay, so we have fatha and then we have fatha qa'ima, and the purpose of fatha qa'ima is exactly the same as when we join the long vowel letters. So we have alif, which is joined with ba, fatha. It will make the sound of ba. and exactly Fatha Qaima will do the same thing. Ba. Now moving down to the second line, we have the letter Jim, Kasra, G. If we attach that with the letter Ya, then it will be written as Jim, Ya, Kasra, G. Is two harakat. Then we have letter Jim on its own with a Kasra Qaima. Now Kasra Qaima is something which will do exactly the same, but it's written, as you can see, the most left hand side of the Arabic letter Jim. Under the Jim is a standing line, so it's a Kasra Qaima. Then we have the letter Sin with attaching with the Waaw, so it will be pronounced as Su. Now the letter Sin on the left hand side, you can see the Dhamma. So the Dhamma is not the way we write we've seen before. So this is a Dhamma which is upside down, and this Dhamma is called Dhamma Maqluba, and this will have again two harakat. It will be stretched, the letter will be stretched for two movements. So if we read the letters on the left hand side of the table, the Arabic letters, they will be pronounced as Ba Fatha Qaima, Ba, Jim Kasra Qaima, Ji, Sin Dhamma Maqluba, Su. So these are the three other ways of writing long vowel letters, harakat, the vowels. Now here's some examples for you to practice long vowels. Now as you can see on the screen, on the letter Ba, the most right hand side, there's a Fatha Qaima, there's a Dhamma Maqluba, and there is Kasra Qaima. So this is just for an example, but there will be only one vowel on the letter at one point from these vowels. So it won't have Fatha Qaima, Dhamma Maqluba, and Kasra Qaima all three at the same time. No, it will have only Fatha Qaima, or only Kasra Qaima, or only Dhamma Maqluba. So if it's got Fatha Qaima, then we'll read as Ba Fatha Qaima, Ba. If it has Kasra Qaima, then we will read as Ba Kasra Qaima, Bi. Then we have Dhamma Maqluba. It will be read as Ba Dhamma Maqluba, Bu. So we have Ba, Bi, Bu. Similarly, all these letters like Ya, Ra, Mim, Lam, Waaw, Noon, Hamza, Ha, Ain, Ghain, and Ha. All these letters have got all these three vowels on them just to practice. And some of the vowels you've seen, especially Kasra Qaima with the letter Ghain and Ha, which are in the green color, most left hand side, the bottom row, they seem to be very on the left hand side. It's not usually the case, it's just to fit that in the box. So it's usually the way you can see the above row, which is Mim, Lam. Inshallah, if it's good practice for you, inshallah. Also in the next slide I put some more letters with the similar examples of Fatha Qaima, Kasra Qaima, and Dhamma Maqluba. So please practice all these letters one at a time, like Kha Fatha Qaima, Kha, Ta Fatha Qaima, Ta, Tha Fatha Qaima, Tha, all the way down to Hamza Fatha Qaima, and then go with the kasra qaima with all the letters. Then with dhamma maqluba with all the letters. So these are the long vowels with fatha qaima, kasra qaima, and dhamma maqluba for practice, inshallah. Please do practice this, it's very important. Inshallah, next week we're gonna look at these some other vowels we have in Arabic language which are used in Quran, and below are some of the examples. Like we have something called tanween, then we have sukoon, then we have something called shadda, and some mud letters. So all these other vowels will be discussed in next week, inshallah, in detail. What is tanween and what are the shapes of tanween and what kind of sound it makes and how does it look. So inshallah, everything will be discussed in next week's session. Any questions you have, please post on WhatsApp group which we have made. If somebody wants to join the WhatsApp group, please let me know and I will inshallah add you in there. With regards to for the brothers and sisters who haven't got a WhatsApp group or don't want to join the WhatsApp group, then please email me for any questions you may have, and I will be able to get back to you, but please be patient. That's it, inshallah. So please practice all these lessons. You can always pause the video, go back, just feel free, inshallah, but make sure you implement this and recite the Quran in the best of ways, inshallah. Jazakumullahu khair wa barakallahu feekum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.